Hey guys, I'm Lauryn Gray and I'm here with CJ Miles for our very first episode of Pacers Style File presented by Simon Malls. CJ, fashion is very prevalent throughout the NBA. I know it's something you're really passionate about. How would you describe your personal style?
With me, it's all the biggest thing is comfort with me. I like to be able to not feel, how would you say, cooped up. I feel like a lot of guys get too pressed over trying to impress so many people and so many things or worried about brands. I think it's just about, it's like a flow for me. Just kind of free and just kind of mixing colors but really just being comfortable.
How has your style evolved since when you first entered the NBA?
My clothes fit now. That's the biggest thing. I mean, when I first came in, when I was young, everything was really baggy. I got clothes from high school that are too big now, and I'm probably 40 pounds bigger than I was in high school. So that's the biggest thing. I went through the preppy stage with the nerdy glasses, the big glasses. I went through that stage, and then I just kind of grew into my own. I started mixing a little bit of street fashion with, I wouldn't call it high fashion, but a little bit more dressing up a little bit. A lot of inspiration from some older things too, like some of the stuff that I have, like some of the longer stuff flowing from like the old jazz stuff, how the suits used to fit or how they used to wear, like the hep cat kind of style. That's a thing I always looked into, but just a little bit of everything.
Well, I know you brought some items today. Can you kind of show us some of these?
So I guess I'll start with the suit.
Yeah.
I didn't bring everything like the tie or anything because I don't like to feel like cooped up. So a lot of times I'll find a sweater or maybe a nice just regular shirt to wear under with like low top, like sneakers or loafer kind of things because I like to feel comfortable.
Okay, and here, this is one of those long jackets that you were talking about.
Yeah, me and there's an episode with Glenn, and I introduced Glenn to a lady that kind of helped me bring all my crazy thoughts and ideas into kind of fruition. Just as far as fashion, I'm a big flannel guy, I like plaid also. And we called it a shacket because of the short sleeves. So I wanted to be able to put it over things, like dress it, but have it free flowing, but I didn't want it to be an overcoat. Finally, my slight obsession, it's bad. There's never sorry for the double negative, a piece of camo in my rotation of anything that I'm wearing. It's just been that way for a few years now.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the locker room. I always see you wearing camo pants, a camo jacket.
It's bad. It's bad. I even had, in my wedding, I had a camo, like little camo lining of my jacket, and my handkerchief that I had was camo also. I found a way to get it in there. Lauren was mad. I tried to do a jacket. She wouldn't let me. But there's always camo. I had some teammates before I got here call me the camo god. It was kind of a thing. But it's pretty bad. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that's the one thing that's probably gonna stay.
Well, what is your go-to like everyday shoe?
Right now I'm into, Jordans is a casual thing. Jordans a big, street fashion so big now with fashion, like that's men's high fashion right now, the street fashion. Even the big name brands are kind of dumbing it down to, distressed jeans and jackets like this. And Jordans and the Air Force Ones, I brought some. There's somewhere around here are the big things I'm into now. Like this is a kind of military based. They kind of influenced Air Force One. Nike came out with these, and also, of course, more camo on it.
Yeah.
There's a few different colors, and these have probably been my go-to for the last month and a half or so since they came out. There's some different colors between these and Jordan 1s, as me and George Yang talked about, are pretty much, because they flow well with what I like to wear. I think that's the biggest thing with sneakers. I think sometimes they can get a little too bulky, sometimes the low tops because of the way jeans fit out don't look good. So it's about finding
that right balance.
How you feel comfortable in the mirror. That's the biggest thing with me.
Yep. I know you brought some hats too that you actually made, right?
Yeah, so me and my best friend, we dabbled in some fashion stuff over the last few years, and we have a brand called Last. It's called Living Above Society's Tent, and we've kind of designed some different logos. This is kind of like a spin on the old Cartoon Network logo. This one is just one that he came up with one day, and this one was actually a bear I created. We had a saying, we used to call it no camping, because camping is kind of like staying in one spot. It's kind of like you pitch a tent and you stay.
Yep.
We used to kind of have a slang we worked out in the summer called no camping, just about always moving forward. So I came up with these, I used to doodle these cartoons in my notebook of animals you see in the woods and animals that would make you not want to camp. So I drew like a scary looking bear with a scar on it. There's like a rabbit with a patch on his eye. There's a bunch of different things that I did. And I just been trying to figure out how they would look on different things. And I just kind of made some just to kind of see it. And that's usually what I wear. I don't wear any other hats but the ones that I've made. I never tried to sell it or anything like that just because I like the fact of having something just for the family, for my friends, like something that only we have. It's like our thing. And I think that's cool that when people see it, they know that that person's associated with me. And we kind of carry it kind of like a mafia type of thing.
Well, CJ Miles, thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of Pacers Style File presented by Simon Malls. We really appreciate you being here, and I know later on you will be the one hosting the show and talking to
I'll
your
be
teammates.
trying to host the show. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be trying. But it's been fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.